Oh hi! So I just set up this very simple code, which is basically just create a new integer and now print it to the console. So let's see if this works. Well, so you might be asking, what does this mean? Well, it's simple. I haven't defined what is lazy, because, yes, I was too lazy to name it, so I just named it lazy. So, what does it mean? Now, this is not automatically set to 0 if there's no value. No. You need to actually give it a value, which is required. So now if I run it, as I've given it a value, I actually need to add a system. We'll go into more depth on what that does later. System pause. Just add that. And now it prints perfectly. But what if I say I want the player, if I want the user to put in this value? Because let's say I want to have the user put in the value. Well, I'll use the cin function. What does the cin do? It allows people to put in their own values. So if I put cin double forward arrow and the variable name, which is lazy, this will, if I show you, show this. It's not doing anything, but I can type. And now I print it. Now, again, it's good and all, but the people won't know what this does. So I can add some extra help. So please input the value of lazy. And I'm not going to put endl like I did here to end the line, because this, and I'll add a space here, should, yes, so see, now I can put in value and it does that. Now, there are a few problems with this. For instance, if it's an integer, I've put in something like lazy, it does absolutely not what you want it to. So there's a few problems here and there, but it's not too bad. But it also works for other values. But that's the basics. Now, what's the point of this lazy? Well, the thing is, now that you have a lazy value, and I have this, I can use an if statement. What does this if statement do? Well, it's like a checker. It's like checks stuff. So let's say there is, just imagine a robot which classifies dogs and cats. So let's say there's a dog, and there's like if dog and is cat. Let's say that if there's like is dog is cat. Now if we give it a dog, then it will say that this is the correct one. But if we say it's cat, if we give it a cat, then it'll say this is the correct one. It is basically an if. So this is basically giving it a check system. So if we say if, brackets, and these, and you can write whatever you want it to do here. So this is the condition. Now how to write a condition? Well, first you put in a number. So let's say if 3 is less than 4. There are different value types. There are different operators, or we should call it. There's less than, which is if the number on this side is less than the number on this side. Greater than, where is the number on this side greater than this, which greater than the number on this side. Okay. There is the equals to, where is the number on this side exactly the number on the same number. However, you cannot do this in coding. You must do an equals equals. Why? Well, if you remember here, this is defining it. So if I were to say 3 equals 4, see, it can't work. It needs to be a modifiable because I'm actually setting what 3 is. But this works. Equals equals. Obviously it isn't. There's lesser than or equal to, where the number on this side must be the same as the number, must be the same, or could be greater than this side. Or this number could be less than or exactly the number on this side. Then there's greater than or equal to, where the number on this side could be more than or exactly the number on this side. Finally, there is definitely not equal to, where the number on this side is not the number on that side. So this time we're just going to use the less than. And if I'll say cout less than 4. Enter. And we'll actually make this turn this into lazy, because you can also use variables for this. They'll come in very handy. Come on. So if I input 6, nothing happens. If I input 3, less than 4. You see? It works like that. Now, what if you want to increase how many there are? Well, ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. So this is if it's equal to, this is if it's less than or equal to, and this is if it's greater than or equal to. What now? Well, if I put in 3, hold on, I gotta change this. Exactly, less than or exactly. I'm sorry if my spelling is not good. Greater than, and I'll just have this greater. Alright, so what happens if I put in, let's say, 7? Well, I get greater than 4. Seems pretty good. Okay, how about if I put in exactly 4? Ooh. I got 2 outputs. That's not good. What if I only want 1? Well, it's because it's checking for each of these separately. So what do I do if I just want one of these to be correct? Add else to the back of it. What else does is, let's say this condition is correct, then it doesn't check for these conditions and just instantly skips to this. And just instantly skips to whatever's next. Let's say this is incorrect, but this is correct. Then it doesn't check for these two and goes away and ignores it. Let's say this is incorrect, and this is correct. Then it doesn't check for this, and it goes straight to this. And if this is the only one correct, well, then it does nothing else to check for. So now I get greater than 4, but if I were to put exactly 4, I only get 1. Exactly then 4? No, that's not. Exactly 4. Perfect. But let's say I didn't have this. Now, what now? Like, if I put 5 or more, the code's not going to do anything because there's nothing checking for it. And if you have code with very intricate coding, you're not going to be able to check for everything. So what do you do in the case that there's something that doesn't fall into any of it? Put an else. Else comes at the very end of any if chain, we call it. An if chain is basically a chain of if, else if, else if, else if, basically. And else happens if none of the above is correct. So it doesn't take any of these checkings, it just does it. So maybe I could say here, greater than 4. So if I now put in 8, it automatically puts it greater than 4 because it's else. So we have done it. we have made a perfect checking system. Pretty fun, huh? Now, I think that should be it for today. So now, you should now know what undefined variables are. They're basically variables which haven't been defined or given a value. How to allow the user to input their own value using Cin, which is here if you need a reference. It just comes with memorization. How to use if to check for values. How to use else if to check for extra values. How to use else for check to do anything that is outside its boundaries. And finally, how to make a if chain, which is basically this, and which is basically a chain of checking. Well, now I will tell you something. The if command is is by far, by my experience, the most powerful code part ever. You cannot do much with this without this piece of handy device tech. It's pretty nice, isn't it? I'm gonna make an if chain. What else? Oh yeah, I should probably show you. If I get rid of this, it will still work. It still works this exact same. Alright, so you should know these. And yeah, that should be it. So subscribe to me if you want to see more coding videos, or if you're more of a gamer, I have a few gaming videos as well you can watch. If you liked this video, or it helped, just press the like button, and I'll see you all in the next video.